Hello ladies and gents, and welcome back to another listed top 10. We all know how integral the budget is when making a movie, but more often than not, it's the acting that seals the deal. So today we're going to be counting down the top 10 movie performances in 2020 so far. With this video, we're going to do it a little differently. We're going to talk a little less and show a little more. That way you can come to your own conclusion and respond in the comments section. And guys, don't forget, if you enjoy the video, please make sure to like and subscribe. Now, without wasting any more time, let's get down to business. Kicking off our list at number 10, we have Julia Garner in The Assistant. A performance of few words but immense physical eloquence by Julia Garner anchors this impressively chilling #MeToo era drama about workplace harassment and abuse. Following a day in the life of a young woman with dreams of making her mark in the film and television industry, it's a sobering portrait of a dirty little secret that was brought into the news spotlight by the Harvey Weinstein scandal.
Oh, her. She's been here before. A few times.
What is it?
Number 9. Matthew McConaughey in The Gentleman. The story, in very brief, hinges on McConaughey's kingpin, an American who's built a lucrative illegal pot empire in Britain and is now thinking of hanging it all up. Critics and viewers alike will tell you that McConaughey plays this role effortlessly and was the perfect lead to an already star-studded cast.
You are part of that house. In the jungle, the only way a lion survives.
Number 8. Nicolas Cage in Color Out of Space. In this entry, Nicolas Cage gave one of his cagiest performances yet. If you thought that some of his previous movies were trippy, wait till you see Color Out of Space, in which Cage's mug is once again sprayed with blood and confusion. Adapted from a story by H.P. Lovecraft, this is a freaky-deaky, retro cosmic science fiction horror about a meteor that slams into Earth, unleashing an extraterrestrial organism. The whole thing looks as if it was dreamed up under the influence of a quality batch of LSD.
What's out there is in here now.
Everything's under control.
Why are you so in denial?
Number 7. Margot Robbie in Birds of Prey. Robbie's performance offers hints of how she illuminated the character's flashy veneer from within. Her performance is made up of oversized expressions and heightened inflections, an art of expression that's all too rare in a Hollywood landscape that's often petrified in naturalism. Not to forget, Robbie is all too often cast as a co-star, so it was extremely refreshing to see her shine in the lead protagonist role. Number 6. Pete Davidson in The King of Staten Island. The film, which Davidson co-wrote with former SNL writer David Sears and director Judd Apatow, is semi-autobiographical in that its protagonist shares a lot of Davidson's qualities and formative experiences. His childhood in the forgotten borough, the loss of his father at age 7, his fondness for tattoos and pot, and his mental health struggles. With all this taken into account, you would expect him to smash this role, and he did. His smooth transition into the role leaves you forgetting that he's actually acting, and that it's not a live documentary.
It's fine.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Not your dad.
Number 5. Ben Affleck in The Way Back. Ben Affleck plays a role in this that is all too close to home. Drawing from his personal struggles with past alcohol dependency, the connection and dedication shows. The Way Back features the rawest and most natural performance Affleck has given in his career. He's the worthy centerpiece of a small, character-focused drama, the sort of project that's all too rare these days. Affleck plays Jack Cunningham, a high school basketball phenomenon who has fallen on hard times and is coaxed back to his alma mater to coach its hoops team.
Hate the idea of you down there by yourself all the time. Just drinking.
Number 4. Hugh Grant in The Gentleman. Our second actor on this list that has entered the conversation off the back of The Gentleman. We all love the Hugh Grant of old, who would portray the roles of charming, well-spoken, quintessentially British gentlemen all too well. However, in the last few years, he's played some rather more sinister villainous characters unexpectedly well, and this is no exception. This film, Grant appears as Fletcher, a greedy private investigator and an aspiring screenwriter who tries to blackmail the film's drug-dealing gangsters for money. Throughout the film, he serves as an unreliable narrator. Of course, Fletcher only tells some of the story, as he has an ulterior motive.
These people are going to clean house, and you are part of that house.
Breaking into our top 3, we have Elisabeth Moss in The Invisible Man. Elisabeth Moss leads the film as Cecilia Cass, a woman who manages to escape an abusive relationship only for her abuser, Oliver Jackson Cohen, to begin tormenting her as an invisible entity. Waynell, the screenplay writer, was adamant about getting Moss's thoughts on the script to ensure the movie would not just be a woman's story told from a male's perspective. Waynell encouraged Moss to make any change needed to ensure his Invisible Man did right by a female point of view. And whatever they did, it worked, because for a genre that is usually underwhelming, the movie was gripping, and Moss played her role to a T.
He cut his wrist. Per his final wishes, you're getting $5 million.
Today's runner-up, in at number 2, Hugh Jackman in Bad Education. In Bad Education, which premiered on HBO in April, Hugh Jackman played Frank Tisson, a Roslyn, New York school district superintendent who was a brilliant educator and also a vain, charming, and larcenous criminal. It's a different type of role for Jackman, one critics have described as a star at the height of his power, leveraging his own appeal to remind that even our heroes are fallible. And also, the best work he's ever done. After premiering at the Toronto International Film Festival in September, Bad Education sold to HBO for close to $20 million, making it Jackman's first major role in a television production since becoming a movie star in 2000 with X-Men.
Good morning. I wanted to make a difference. Look, we did.
And finally, our top spot today goes to Tom Hardy in Capone. In Capone, Tom Hardy, as the aging, broken down, not all there Al Capone, acts under a corpse-gray mask of desiccated mobster makeup, and he speaks in a bullfrog croak so raspy it sounds like he's only got 1 or 2 vocal cords left, and that they've been burnt into a crisp. It's 1946, and Capone's days as the legendary underworld kingpin of Chicago are long gone. So are the 11 years he spent in prison for tax evasion. He's now 47, a retired gangster, comfortable but ailing, teetering towards death as he drifts through the days at his creamy mansion in Palm Island, Florida, surrounded by federal agents who are watching his every move. Tom Hardy gives a mumbling method showboat performance that's authentic and convincing, and we thought he tied the story and script together perfectly in a role that would have been challenging for even a veteran actor. And that concludes our list for the top 10 movie performances in 2020 so far. Even if you disagree with some of the entries on this list, at least we've been fortunate enough to have seen so many top-tier actors displaying their talents this year. Let's see if any of these performances will make it to the 2021 Oscars. Again, if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. If you really enjoyed the video, hit that subscribe button. If you have any suggestions for upcoming top 10s, please leave them in the comment section below. Keep your eyes and ears open for our next top 10 video. But until then, stay safe.